Hey everybody, thanks for tuning into my channel. So what I've got here today is, this was actually just delivered to me. It's the LG Sine Beam Projector. This is the model number PH30N. I have not opened it yet. It was actually just dropped off not too long ago. Okay, so let's see what we've got. Standard manuals. Foam paddings, that's good. Nice protection for it. Here's the projector. And this thing is tiny. Let's see what else we got in here. Okay, so you got a remote with it. Got the power brick. This box, the rest of the power cable and a couple batteries. Got your on-off switch. Headset jack, HDMI, USB, here's your power, and looks like you got a little laptop lock here so you can lock it up. Got your vents on both sides. Here looks like it's your focus. Doesn't come with any height adjustment, it looks like. You got a little spot here for a tripod though, so that's nice. Got your power button. Okay. That's a nice little projector. Wondering how well it performs. So this LG projector actually has a built-in battery. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is plug it in and let it charge up while we go over some of the info on it. Okay, so the light lit up showing that it's charging. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's right over here. So go ahead and let that charge up. So this is the LG PH30N Sine Beam LED projector. It is an HD quality projector with a native output resolution of 1280 by 720 and a 250 ANSI lumen brightness rating. As I mentioned, the projector has a built-in battery which could last up to 2 hours. It has wireless connection and USB plug-and-play ability, so you can play videos directly from a USB key. The projector is able to screen share wirelessly with a Miracast supported devices, and the projector has a digital input signal compatibility with 1080p, 1080i, 720p, 480p, and 576p resolutions, and that would be input from the HDMI cables connection. The projector can project screen sizes from 25 inches up to 100 inches and has a projection throw rate of 1.5. It uses an RGB LED force light source and it's rated with up to 30,000 hours of use. It's got Bluetooth sound out, sleep timer, auto off feature, time power on and off time, and automatic standby ability. The timers are all part of the eco functionality of this projector. And as I mentioned, it does come with the remote, and here's let me see if I can get a closer look of the remote. So while it's charging up, let's go ahead and look at some of the features here. So like I said, here's the power button, but you can't power this on until you actually turn the switch on first. Once you turn that on, you can then power the projector on and off. With this lit up, it's waiting to be powered on, so we'll go ahead and press the power button on the remote. I'm going to try to find a wall that I can project this off of so we can at least go through the initial setup, and I can try connecting this to my phone and see how that works out. But first I need to locate a dark wall because it's just too bright right here. Okay, so I found a tiny little wall to put it on. It's probably only about 2 feet away from the wall, so it's projecting a pretty tiny screen. Went in and stuck it on a miniature tripod. Again, this isn't on a white projection screen like you would want to display it on, and this is a textured wall, so it's not going to look that great, although it is only 720p, but it's probably going to not look as good as it should look. And this is it turned on right now. This is the setup screen right here. So what we need to do is go ahead and use this little dial in the front in order to focus it in. And this is, like I said, this is the initial setup, so it's asking for the language. I'll go ahead and run through the setup real quick. It defaulted to English, and I am using the remote to go through this. So it's asking for the environment, whether it's standard or store mode. Since this is in the house, it's going to be standard mode. Okay, so what I'll go ahead and try to do here is show a little bit of the streaming abilities on how you're going to stream to the projector. I only have the USB key, and I can do the Miracast, but I don't have an HDMI cable with the source that I can plug it into. You'll see here that on the screen itself, it looks really blue. However, looking at it, you know, visually right here in person, it's showing to be a lot more blue in the camera than it is on my wall. So I don't know if that's the camera or whether it's just picking up the extra blue, but it's a lot more blue in this recording than it actually is. And unfortunately, I don't have a projection screen just yet to show it on, so I'm just broadcasting this onto a white textured wall, which will also affect the quality of it some. But let's go ahead and see what we can do. So I went ahead and plugged in a USB key in here, so we'll go ahead and try that first. So I went ahead and hit the source key on the remote. Let's go down to USB. So you can see here with the blue screen off, you can see it's all textured walls. So the color's not going to look the picture's not going to look so good because of it, or as good because I'm not using a projection screen since I don't have one. Okay, so we chose a USB as the source. You'll see you have three options: a movie list, music list, and a photo list. I don't have any music on the USB key, so there won't be anything I can show off on that. But let's go to the photo list first. Now I went ahead and just put one little picture on here that shows you the representation of the colors. Normally what this will do is it'll treat it like a slideshow, and it'll go ahead and cycle through all the various pictures that you have, but I've only got one on here. Even though there's only one picture, it still wants to cycle through it. So I went ahead and just paused it so it doesn't do that. But as you can see around the color wheel, it's supposed to be white, but you can see here it's kind of an off blue. So again, I don't know if that's my camera is pulling extra blues out of it or what, but looking on the wall, it looks white. But here you can actually see the representations. The color representations are fairly accurate, or at least it looks like it's just from the naked eye. Let's go ahead and go back. Okay, and let's go ahead and go again. Like I said, I don't have any music on here, so that's going to be empty. Oh, actually, I guess I did put one on here. Let's see, this is a WAV file, so let's see if it'll play. So I guess the projector puts its own little animation on there when you're playing music. Now this is the speakers coming directly out of the projector, because I don't have a Bluetooth speaker hooked up to this. And I've got the volume up a bit high. So yeah, it's set to 55 right now, just to make sure that you can hear it on the speakers. The sound, it's okay considering how it's a tiny little speaker and all. It's fine for demonstration purposes, but if I was watching a movie or something, I would definitely put a Bluetooth speaker on this, connected to that instead. Okay, let's go ahead and go back. Let's go ahead and go to the movie list. Okay, right here. So I got two movies on here. Let's go ahead and play this one. It's a 1080p movie. Again, the projector only has a resolution max of 720. Again, you can see just how blue it is in the picture, but it's not this blue from the naked eye. And I probably got this projector, I guess, maybe 3 to 4 feet back away from the wall. So this is the quality right here with lights on a textured wall. Give me a second, let me go ahead and turn off the lights so you can see the difference between the two. Okay, and this is, as you can tell, the lights are now off. Quality is a little bit better. Again, this is a 720. And again, it's also on a textured screen and all. I would probably say, like I said, it was probably like 3.5, 4 feet back. But it's probably going to be close to around a 40-inch screen right there. I mean, picture quality is not too bad. I think it would look a lot better if it was on a projection screen as opposed to a textured wall. But for 720, I'm not really going to complain about it. Unfortunately, I don't have the room. I would prefer to push it even farther back to see how big of a screen I can get, but my wall space right here is limited. This is about as much as I'm going to be able to get out of it. Maybe a few inches larger, but that's about it. Okay, now let's go ahead and exit out of this. Again, okay, now this one, like I said, was the USB connection. Now let me go ahead and set up the Miracast, and we'll go ahead and try to stream it through that. From the main screen here, you would just hit the source key, and then you would go down to screen share. Okay, at this point now it's waiting for my Miracast device to connect to it, in which case I'm going to go ahead and use my phone. I went ahead and just installed a third-party Miracast app on here. Okay, now I'm connecting. Okay, now my device is now connected to my phone. Let's go ahead and play a video on here. So it does have audio. It's a little bit lower when you're streaming through Miracast, it seems like. Again, you definitely want to go ahead and use Bluetooth speakers as opposed to the internal speaker, because it's mediocre. It'll get you through if you've got nothing else to use, but I wouldn't use it if I had, unless I have to. Now this one here I'm streaming off of YouTube. It's a little bit jittery. I'm not sure if that's my internet connection or if it's something else that's causing a bit of a latency issue between the phone and the projector, or if it's the internet to the phone. But here it is, like I said, this is using the Miracast streaming ability right here. And again, you got audio, it's okay, not great. It's usable, I would say, yet. Here is the settings menu. Here you can set the picture. Picture mode is standard right now. The other option is gonna be, let's see, cinema, game mode, expert, vivid, aspect ratio, options 4:3, 16:9, zoom, cinema zoom. I've got it set to 16:9. Energy saving, you got 3 options here. Color temperature. And then the audio screen. Your different options for the sound modes. It's set on standard right now. And again, I don't think it really matters if you're using the internal speakers anyways, because you're not going to get really much out of it. Here's where you see your sleep timer, auto off time, automatic standby, the wireless setting. This is your screen share. Again, this will get you back to the screen share option in order to set up your Miracast that you can link your phone or tablet to the projector. Here's your Bluetooth. Right now it's off. When you turn it on, now you have the ability to search devices, AV sync adjust. Like I said, I don't have a Bluetooth speaker right now, so. My media, this takes you back to the USB. Input, that just takes you to the source list. Option 1 gets changed, lets you set the language. Goes back to the initial settings when you first powered it on. Mode setting, this is standard and store demo. Since you're going to be using it, if you're going to be using the house, you set up for standard. If it's for display, it'd be on store demo. These, I'm not sure what the keystones are. I haven't actually looked at it yet. Auto power, high altitude, PJT mode. That's pretty much it for the settings. And then you're back to just the main screen while it's waiting to display some kind of a movie. So again, sorry I don't have an HDMI cable so we can display that one, and I'm sorry I don't have a projector screen just yet. It still hasn't been delivered. But this is how it looks. I said it's a 720. It's being displayed on a white wall with high texture on it, so that does affect the quality of the picture. And again, my camera seems to be pulling out a lot more blues than what's actually visible to the naked eye. I'm not really sure why that is. So it's not really going to be as blue in person as what it looks like it's going to be on this video. So just keep that in mind. And again, this is it's probably closer to 4 feet away from the wall, and it's displaying around a 42 inch screen at 4 feet away, it looks like. This is the LG PH30N projector. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Hope you guys have a good day and stay safe out there.